Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Guy, and this is Guy Talks Sports. This video is about the Tennessee LSU game. Tennessee ends up getting it done, wins 88-68. That really doesn't tell the whole story of the game. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video, but um, you know, first impressions, I thought it was, they went out and did what they were supposed to do. Um, going over some of the stats. Uh, I thought Josiah Jordan James. I thought he had an amazing game at Kentucky. I thought he played a great role. Scored 8 points. Was 100% from the field though, 3 for 3. Was 2 for 2 from 3-point range. So I thought he had a good game. I thought Meshack came in, had some good minutes. As far as the stars of the game, Zakai Ziegler still just tearing it up at point guard. Had a few turnovers late, but overall, I think he just ended up with 3 turnovers though. Yeah. Had 17 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, almost got him another double-double. So he continues to play at a really, really high level. So that's great to see. And then, of course, the main guy here is Dalton Connect. He ends up with 27 points, pretty quiet 27 points. To be honest, him playing through the game, I thought some of his shots were a little questionable. He threw up some that he probably should have passed on. At the same time, though, he's such a gifted shooter. You can't really get after him that much because a lot of the shots he ends up making, but like I said, there was a couple times where he took the shot and you kind of looking around like, it might not have been the best, but again, he's just that good that you have to let him. You can't get mad at him for shooting it up. Ends up with 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Honestly, 9 of 19, so not terrible. It was 2 of 5 from 3-point range. 7 of 9 from the free throw line, and we'll talk about that here in a minute about why that 7 or 9 was important. But honestly, I thought the biggest surprise of last night's game was Gainey. Ended up playing 25 minutes. Actually ended up playing more than Vescovy did. So ended up 25 minutes. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, but really his shooting was top notch. He was 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 6 from the 3-point line, and ended up with 3 of 3 for free throws. So he had a really, really good game. When he comes off the bench and provides that kind of spark, this team is really, really tough. I think I talked about this in the last when we reviewed the Tennessee Kentucky game. He had I feel like a few weeks where he was a little quiet, but here lately he's really come on strong and finished with 18 points. He had a really good game. I thought from Jonas Adu, you just want to see more. At least I do. He ended up with 10 points, 5 rebounds, was 4-6 from the field, and ended up 2 or 3 from the free throw line. I just feel, and it's not his game to be this dominant force in the middle, but sometimes I just feel like he could be. I just want some more from him, and honestly, that kind of leads to Vescovy. And 21 minutes, he had 2 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. He was 1 of 3 from the field and missed his only 3-point shot. And honestly, I thought there were a few times where he was open enough that he should have shot the ball, and he ended up passing on it. And, he gets it, and I don't know if he's just thinking too much, but he's such a good shooter. And to see him catch it and then think, and just ends up, driving or passing the ball. And there was a couple times he did that, ended up working out in Tennessee's favor. But he's got to have, points or not, he's got to have more than 3 shots, I think. I think he's too good of a shooter to be passing up on some of the stuff that he is. And I really would like to see him shoot the ball more. But going over to LSU side, I thought their big man Will Baker, their 7-footer, he was pretty impressive. He had some really nice shots. He had two times in the game where he did this little turnaround fadeaway that is unblockable. There was no way, hand in the face, you could not touch that ball. And both times that he did that went in. He had some good rebounds at times. Rest of the team, they played okay. They were missing their star guard, Jalen Cook, with a hamstring injury. And so, for the game, Tennessee starts out really hot. End up, at one point, they were up like 7. I think they scored the first 10 points of the game. Ends up going in at half 50-27. Just complete domination. Their defense was amazing. They were shooting the lights out. Come out in the second half, I think they slowed down their pace some, but I also think they missed a few more shots than they did the first half. And that kind of leads to, so you're up, I want to say it was either 23 or 26 points about halfway through the second half, and all of a sudden Tennessee misses a few shots and LSU gets really hot. They start hitting some threes, they're getting rebounds, they're driving to the basket, they're playing very aggressive. And I was talking about that. Dalton Connect, he was 7-9 from free throw line, which is great. But in that 17-2 run, he missed back-to-back free throws. LSU goes down. I believe they score the ball. Tennessee gets it. Vescovy misses his free throw. I believe we just had that one. Yeah, misses that free throw, and then LSU. And so that, I'm not getting after him for going 7-9 from the free throw line. But those two misses were at a pretty key point in that game because LSU went on a 17-2 run. So Tennessee went up from, they were up like, it was either 23 or 26 points. LSU goes on a 17-2 run. All of a sudden, we're only up by 8. Crowd was quiet most of the second half, which I would be too if we were up by 20 points. But all of a sudden, we're only up by 8 with 5-6 minutes left in the game, and all of a sudden, crowd gets back into it. Watching the game live, started getting a little anxious, but crowd gets back into it. Tennessee, they wake back up. Connect, he's driving the ball, and Tennessee ends up winning the game by 20. So it 88-68, it's what you expect when they play LSU, especially at home. First half, amazing. Second half, to give up that huge lead. You'd like to see them not give up that huge lead. But basketball can be streaky like that. And, LSU, they were hot, and all of a sudden they started missing a couple shots. Tennessee wakes up, and then they, to Tennessee's credit, they put the game away. So it was good to see. Good to see them kind of bounce back after the LSU run. And so that's kind of, you know, my feeling of the game. Excited to see how they play the next game. It's going to be this Saturday, the 10th, but it's at I believe it's at Texas A&M. Nope. Yes. Yeah. At Texas A&M. So that could be a game that gets a little dicey. Sometimes Texas A&M, sometimes it can get a little weird down there. So we'll see how that game goes. They hopefully, you know, they should pull it out, especially if they can get help off the bench like they did with Gainey and Meshack. I'd like to see Owaka contribute a little bit more, but you know, excited for that game. That's going to be at 8 o'clock on Saturday night, and so we'll see how that game goes. As far as videos go, look to see me do. I'm going to talk about the NCAA versus Tennessee, and I found a great article, and we're going to run down and kind of just give a complete general overview of that. I'll release that a little bit later. But anyway, that was the game. Thought it went. You know, Tennessee did what they needed to do, got the win. Good to see. Tennessee goes. I believe they're now 17-5 on the season. So, you know, looking to finish strong here. So anyway, thank you all. Hope you're having a great day, and look forward to doing some more videos here in the future. Thank y'all. One last thing, please, if you enjoy this video, please like. Biggest thing you can do for me is subscribe to the channel. I want to grow this thing. Tell somebody about it if you can, but please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions. It's very, very important for this channel to get to 1,000. I want to be able to keep doing this, keep providing you know, input on these things, and to do that I have to grow this channel, have to get to 1,000. So please subscribe. And if you're not, follow me on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, at GDF Talks Sports. Anyway, thank you all. Have a great day.